What is up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia. Today we have a live video. I like to start the lives by finding out if everyone can hear me okay. And actually, I'm going to bring myself up on my iPad. So while I do that, I'd like to say happy Sunday. And hopefully my iPad will not play the volume. We do have one person here, so whoever you are, say hello. And I can see you pop up on the chat. Oh, I think I see someone. Yes. Anyway, people will jump on as they can. So, what I decided to do each month is to kind of, hi Raina, nice to see you. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully you can hear me okay. What I thought we would do is I would kind of go through my empties at the beginning of the video, and I'm just going to go through quickly. Basically is, will I repurchase? Hi Billy Joe. And then if there's anything you want to comment about any of the scents I discuss, it'll just give us a little bit of interaction. And then we don't have a lot of things to talk about, but we can talk about the clearance and some other things. We'll usually keep it under an hour just for simplicity's sake. So while we wait for a few people to hop on, we have 12 people watching right now, and usually that grows a little bit, but I didn't want to delay too much. We'll get into things and people can ask questions and comment as we go. All right, so this month for my empties, I wanted to concentrate on finishing up some things, but it was mostly bars from 2022 if I could, because right now I have a lot of bars from, like my oldest is mostly 2022, but I have a lot of old bricks, so I'm really gonna have to work on the old bricks. Sometimes bricks are, it takes a while to use up and then you feel like you have one empty for the brick, but anyway. So I also focused a lot on vendor wax this month to try to get some of my older wax out that way. So we have a little bit, I'm not going to discuss vendor in this empties, but I do have a video to film coming up. All right, so I have my empties. So we'll go over what you can get now first. So we have the gangs all here. I'll read you the notes for this. It's zesty grapefruit, sparkling, lemon lime, and sugared vanilla. Personally, this wasn't a favorite of mine. It was a great performer, so strong, lasted a while, just not one that I would choose to get again. And I actually have another one, so that's okay. Candy cane buttercream. This is one of the examples from. Oh, thank you. Am I rested? Probably not. No, but I did. I got my bangs trimmed today. My boys got haircuts, so I said to her, "Do you mind trimming my bangs?" So she did. So. You always feel a little bit better when you have, because I mean, like they were like so long, like they were hanging in my eyes still. Candy cane buttercream. This is an example of a 2022 bar. I'm just trying to use them up. So this was when they did the Scentspiration lines. It's be interesting to see if they do any other Scentspirations. That would be a good question. Like if you think there's a good scent they could build a Scentspiration line off of, what would you pick? Yes, and I love this scent, but it is on the light side, which annoys me. It's one of those, I wish it was stronger kind of scents. Oh, the notes. I should tell you, peppermint candy cane, vanilla bean, and buttercream. So we have tropical rumba cooler. So it's funny, there's no mention of alcohol in this, and in all the other Let's Dance scents there's alcohol. So obviously is there rum in here because it's rumba. Anyway, it says passion fruit, pink grapefruit, pineapple juice, and lime zest. This one, it just wasn't for me. I wanted to like it when I first heard about it, but I feel like there's a tropical Roomba cooler yes camp and a tropical Roomba cooler no camp. If you've tried this, let me know if you're a yes or a no, because this is very passion fruit heavy. Excuse me, almost like a mango papaya kind of feel, very strong. This is a boomer. Like this is one that you can smell it for a while. It's very apparent. Not a repurchase though. Hi Charity, how are you today? I just asked the question, any tropical Roomba cooler yes people or no people? So I don't see any answers. I just see some people saying hi. Maybe no one's tried it. Jack's Obsession. Beth says, I liked the tropical Roomba cooler. Hi, Laura. Jack's Obsession. I said Jack and Johnny hang out. Jack and Johnny. Little ditty about Jack and Johnny. Charity likes tropical Roomba cooler. I did not. My husband actually said I forgot to mention this in my video. He said it smelled musty. And then I watched a video from Lisa Roberry, and I think her husband said it smelled musty. And I remember saying, oh my gosh, my husband said that. And I just thought, oh, like he's imagining things. So maybe he wasn't. Yeah, I think that if you like strong tropical scents, like I think that Kahika Hula is similar to tropical Roomba cooler, but it has so much like sweet vanilla influence to it. It takes down all the scary notes for me, and I think I really like Kahika Hula. So if you can imagine just the fruity part of Kahika Hula without a creamy vanilla tone, then take the volume and turn it way up, that's tropical Roomba cooler. I have Goal Line, NFL Goal Line. I had 2 cubes left, and I made some felt samples for my customers. And I must say, this was a pleasant surprise for me. So the notes on this, it says, cool, icy air, fresh fir balsam, jasmine, sandalwood, musk. So this bar, I think, maybe was from 2024. And I didn't warm it at all. I didn't try it at all until it came up back around this year. And this reminds me of a start of Icicles and Evergreen, and then as it warms, it turns into like a little bit of a masculine cologne. So at the beginning of the game, there's a lot of the greenery and fresh, and at the end of the warming, you're getting more of the NFL players themselves. So this was okay. I have Icicles and Evergreen, and I prefer it. So yeah, and I said, so I got my husband to smell this because he said it was okay, and then when it was warming in the boys' room, he said that was fantastic. And then I got him to smell it, and he's like, oh, I don't know. And I said, well, you said it was fantastic in their room. And he goes, this is what happens. Every time you come and get me, you say, smell this. And he goes, there's a lot of pressure. I have to like decide if I like it. If I don't, what do I think? I said, well, there's not supposed to be pressure. He goes, but when you walk into a room and you're not like analyzing things, he goes, but something just hits you and you know you like it. He goes, that's what I like. That's what I like. So I don't think he's telling me he doesn't like to give his family rating, but what I think he means is he feels pressure to give an opinion. And I said, well, we're kind of all like that. In YouTube, we have to give an opinion. And then sometimes you change your mind too. Anyway, all that to say I like that one. And I thought the performance was pretty good. All right, we have a Zombie Punch. So this is another one. If you've tried Zombie Punch, let me know your thoughts below. So it is pineapple maraschino cherry dark rum. This I could get to perform well in the boys' room. When I say well, I could smell it at about a medium to maybe just above medium. But I would say maybe a good day and then it was gone. And maybe not a surprising thing with being a fruity dominant scent. I got a lot of orange. It's just, I loved it on cold sniff, but I don't think I'll repurchase more. If I saw it on sale, would I repurchase more? Maybe one? That's the true test. If it's on sale and you still won't purchase it, that means it's not good. We have Frights and Delights. This one I would not repurchase. It wasn't for me. It says Caramel Woods Golden Rum Maple Syrup. It's kind of a heavy fall scent. Yeah, there's some sweetness. You can smell the caramel. You can smell like a mapley sugar kind of thing going on. Performance was about an average scent for me, so it's not one that I like. So that's all my current wax bars. I have a boatload of retired stuff. So hopefully you like to hear about retired things. And actually, I mean, we all know how much they update clearance, and everything's always retired and clearance. So anyway, I have 2 berry apple shortbread. If you look really close on my sticker, it says D. And actually, I think this is mirrored backwards. Can you let me know? Because I wish I knew why on live videos it's backwards, but I don't know how to fix that. Maybe I have to like not look at myself in the camera, but I need to see. So berry apple shortbread. I finished up 2 because these are really damaged. Like these were badly damaged. So anywho, fresh baked berry, vanilla, lemon, and clove. So yeah, I finished up 2. I think I have 2 more that are very badly damaged. Maybe 1 more, and then I have ones that aren't so damaged. Grapefruit Sunshine. This is a 2022 bar. I love this one. Brisk citrus, pink grapefruit, and vanilla. Oh, this one it makes me happy. I love it. This would be a bedroom scent. I would warm this in my entranceway just because I love it. Sometimes if I don't have a lot of wax left, and you know how sometimes people are like, hi Renee, you know how sometimes people are like, I want to stretch out the scent. Well, I find like I can put it in my storage room, or I just use one cube and I walk in there a lot, and it's a 20-watt warmer in a small enclosed space, so that scent will last a long time, and I can enjoy it one cube at a time. So sometimes that's what I do with scents that I don't have a lot of. All right, it's really bright outside, geez. Okay, woolly slippers. Woolly slippers is sugared lavender, marshmallow, and vanilla. Yes. I go through spurts where I love this and then I just like it, but I'm scared to take it out of my club for fear of regrets. All right, I have Isabella Senorita Perfecta. This one is Peony Petals, Floral Blossom, Soft Vanilla. This did very well in Erica's room. Smells like what Erica would smell like. Maybe a little bit more mature than a 20-year-old, but performance I think was fairly good for that. It wasn't a boomer, but I think it lasted a fair amount of time. We have the very stubborn Peach and White Amber. I melted this. Oh, April. April says, hi, I made it. Retired scents are my favorite, so I love hearing about them. I was going to actually make you a moderator, because last time we did a live, we had a person sneak in and I didn't have like Shannon or Patrice, and I don't think Shannon or Patrice are here today. I didn't ask ahead, but I just went through and made, who did I make? Tracy and Stacy. So hopefully Tracy or Stacy are here, but I do know how to make someone a moderator now, if I need to at last minute notice. Anyway, Peach and White Amber. So this is one of those scents. It can't be too hot. It can't be too cold. It has to be just right. What's I can't think of the nursery, the story. Somebody in the bears. What's that? You know, this bed is too soft. This bed is too. Well, they don't sneak in. They're like trolls, and they make like inappropriate comments, or they just say nasty things, and normally we don't have that. Goldilocks, yes. This is a Goldilocks scent. I'm going to term that. Yeah, Goldilocks. It can't be too hot outside, can't be too cold, because you won't be able to smell it. The stars have to align. There you go. All right. I have, yes, just to backtrack. When we do live videos, sometimes for some reason in YouTube land, if there's a live video, there's people that go around to live videos and they try to cause trouble. And so it's always a good idea to have a moderator or two. Now I have a few, but I didn't even ask permission for the other people. I just made them moderators. So I think if they came on to the live, they would see their name in a certain color. And if that ever happens to you and you see your name in a certain color, then it means that you have to delete comments if someone's being an idiot in the comments. Anyway, Pomegranate Prosecco. So this one is one of those ones that I like. It's roseberry, pomegranate, and pink prosecco, but I do like pomegranate. Oh yeah, so juicy and vibrant. So I did pick up a new one in the clearance for that. So that was good. I have a You're the One. I really like this one as well. This is like a really good performing variation of aloe water and cucumber, or better than the other one I really like that is in that trio is like Down the Aisle. Down the Aisle is kind of in that feel as well. This is really nice. What's the notes on this? Cucumber Splash, green apple, aloe vera. Yeah, You're the One is really nice. You're the One. I actually personally like all the scents in that collection, I think. So let me go through them again. There's Welcome Little One, which was very light, but it was nice scent. Down the Aisle, which I really liked. Birthday Wishes, Graduation, and The Happy New Home. Like, I like that collection. It's just that a couple of them were on the light side for me, and if something's too light, I don't like that. So, but that was a good, in my opinion, I liked that collection. It was called Moments by Moments. So Vanilla Bourbon, as the light is very bright right now. It's vanilla, bourbon, and nutmeg. This would not be a repurchase. I don't have Graduation. I only have a few cubes left, so I'm probably gonna, again, if I wanted to nurse it along, I'd just put it in a small space. Or, I mean, I think I have a few cubes of Cozy Spice left, and I was thinking to myself, I think on my birthday, I'm just gonna load up the warmers and in my bedroom and kind of blast it and enjoy it that way. Vanilla Oak. This is a club scent that I have for my husband. It's French vanilla and woodsy oak. It's very strong and long lasting. The stamina on vanilla oak is crazy. He'll just go and go. All right, we have Grandma's Orchard. This was around in 2020. I'm going to say not 2022. I probably picked this one up after the fact. I believe this was just around for one season, around, I'm going to say 2019-ish, maybe. Anyway, it's Applewood and Anjou Pear. Along the line of the one in the holiday collection, but different, the festive fruit punch, along that line, but not quite the same, because this one has applewood and that one has oak. Oh, Erica's my daughter. Just get rid of her. We have red, white, and berry pie. Sorry, I got distracted. Red, white, and berry pie. Ripened cherry, red, raspberry, and vanilla. I just want to see what I'm missing here. April says, April says, you're the one that's so nice. April also says, graduation is still my club. Okay, I haven't missed anything. So red, white, and berry pie. One thing I want to know, every time I do a wax challenge, if I say, melt something patriotic. Ooh, it's bright. If I say melt something that reminds you of, your flag or something, everybody always warms red, white, and berry pie. So I imagine that this is a popular scent. Like, why hasn't Scentsy brought this back? I feel like I see people melt this all the time. Maybe it's just me. Do you melt this one? I feel like I see people on Instagram posting pictures of it and things like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's just for the wax melting challenge. I'm just going to bring things a little closer here. All right. We have black currant and plum. Okay, I'm missing something. K-Rose says, I'm here. Hello, everyone. Squishy hugs. Love to you all. April says, I really love red, white, and berry pie. I grabbed a bunch from a flash sale. Okay, so. And then Beth also warms red, white, and berry pie. Now, do you guys think that is more of a spring, summer, fall, winter, or any time of year bakery? I'll just wait. I'll wait to see if we have some people comment. The other thing is, it's Sunday afternoon, and they're building an apartment building next to me. So when I first moved in, there was woods all next to me. And then a few months after, they started clearing the lot, and I'm just like, okay, here we go. It's no big deal. But they're working on a Sunday. I feel like saying, get the F out. It's, you don't need to work on a Sunday. Go relax. Beth says, more summer, but definitely all year. Susan says, all time of year for her. And K-Rose says, spring and summer. So I would say, for me, it might be all time of year, all year, but I have so much wax, I don't rotate through it enough. All right, see if we have no one else is commenting. So I have black currant and plum, and this was, around 2022. I think we had it for about 2 fall and winters, and that was it. So the nuts in this are dark plum, wild something, and sweet apple. I didn't write the notes down properly. Hi Tracy, I made you a moderator, so welcome. I'm glad you're here. This is a nice, pretty, gentle plum scent with that pretty tone. We have Tropic Tango. No problem. Tangelo or Tangelo's S mango puree and coconut milk. And this was the one I said they could have easily put in the Let's Dance because it's fruity. There's a name with the dance. It would have worked out well. I would get another one of those if I could. Walnut raisin muffin. This is a scent that I was really annoyed when the bricks went in clearance because I missed that time, and that will bring us later. We'll talk about the clearance, but I missed that clearance update until the bricks were really, really cheap, and I did get some more, but not at the cheap price, so that's okay. Walnut raisin muffin is a nice, dense, scent that smells warm and cozy and a little bit spicy, a little bit yummy. Oven baked muffin, spiced with cinnamon, filled with golden raisins and walnuts. Sorry, let me just see here. Basically, April says she wishes this one would come back. So does K-Rose. So do I. Has anyone warmed, just speaking of, someone just said about crumb top. Oh gosh, just a second here. You mean you could put the wax queen in and out? I don't know. I didn't understand that comment, Tracy. Caramel macadamia nut. For some reason, it reminds me of crumb top. I don't know. Does it remind anybody else of crumb top? Anyway, I have apple butter frosting. This is a club scent for me. Baked apple vanilla buttercream. Yeah, I mean, this one's from 2024 when I received it. I don't know the pour date. I can't see anything. No, can't see anything. April says, I love crumb top. I can see it being the same vibe for sure. Okay. Because I was thinking to myself, it reminded me of crumb top, but I think I've only worn one clam of crumb top, and it wasn't quite strong enough for me. So this is a little bit stronger in terms of I can smell that one fairly well. Spoiler alert. Saint Nickerdoodle. This one is baked apple spices, dusting of powdered sugar. I've lost the powdered sugar over time, and the cinnamon has changed for me, so I'm not really happy about that. I wouldn't repurchase that again because I have 2 or 3 to work through. And I have pink cotton. This is my last officially in the, I don't think it's been in the Bring Back My Bar before, but clean cotton, fruity pink berries, vanilla sugar. This one is a strong scent. Lasts a while. Very strong, actually. I would say this is a strong and long. Let me know if you agree. Well, what I'm going to say, April just said pink cotton, another love. I had some pink cotton and I had a few to work through, and I kind of burnt myself out on it. So I might mention this in another video, but when I'm trying to buy things for clearance, I don't want to buy so much that I have to like work through it over time and I get tired of it. I still want to have it be like that, a little bit of a forbidden fruit for me so that I want it. You know, I want to be like, give me the whatever. Because right now, even though this is a great performer and it's a scent that I used to love, I wouldn't repurchase it for a while. I think I'm just a little bit burnt out on it. Anyway, we have a few more to go. Okay, here's the one that if the only woman that could handle vanilla oak for longevity is Taj Mahal. Like if they met on like some trip somewhere, then good luck. They'd be gone all week. Oriental fragrance of musk, amber, and subtle florals. Well, there's nothing subtle about Taj Mahal. Ooh, so strong. It almost smells a little bit laundry. It's so strong. You know that laundry smell? Hello, Louise. April said I couldn't do Taj Mahal, not for me. Yeah, you know how they have those little Scentsy, like, love, not for me? That would be a not for me as well. We have banana berry. This is a nice one, but not very strong. So it's sweet banana cream and strawberries. And I would stick to smaller spaces if possible when warming that, but I would repurchase. Perk Me Up. This is a coffee scent that really is not, I don't find I get very good longevity from coffee, Scentsy's coffee. I'm not melting anything as I can't smell. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is, we never want to hear that. Oki says, I have Taj Mahal in my club. I cut 25 bars, and it made the cut. Well, oh, sorry, I'm getting messages here. Well, that's good. If something makes the cut, I think if it's a good performer, then sometimes that's the thing that will tip the balance. This is, to me, this is not a good performer. It's not very strong, doesn't last very long, and I'm always a little bit disappointed in the way they compose their coffee. So I would like to know who's in charge of the coffee segment of Scentsy, because they should go on some sort of retreat. They need some help. I have, sorry, no disrespect, but we have Churro Churro. Yeah, it should be mixed, I think. Let me know your favorite mixes, Billy Joe. I have 2 Churro Churros. Anything that says 623, I remember I got part of free host credits, and then anything after was from my club. So this is baked pastry, cinnamon sugar. It's not very strong. Unfortunately, I wish I could make that a little stronger. April, what did you just say? The Scentsy coffee makers drink Folgers. I don't even think they drink coffee. They probably drink tea. we should all like chip in and just start bombarding Scentsy with vendor wax coffee and see if they get the picture. It's like not a subtle hint. Here we go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday is sparkling sugar, fluffy whipped cream, and vanilla. I don't think I'm having hot flashes, but the sun is beaming on me. You can see it, and I do have like sparkly Bath and Body Works, so I was like, great. But I had to take my sweatshirt off. This is nice. I like this. Louise says, so do I. Tea is life for her, I think. I'll just go through some scent circles. I did a kukui and coconut. That was nice. That performed very well, as did Jam and Jubilee. This one, I'm just going to let you know, like, okay, this one's a lot thicker. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the difference? Trust me, one is thicker. Jam and Jubilee is thicker. That's weird. Let me see. So kukui and coconut is skinny. It's very skinny. Anyway, blueberry cheesecake. I used that up in the car. It's mostly blueberry to me in the scent circle. And this is very much Sol de Janeiro, and this was very much, my daughter gave this a compliment, Jam and Jubilee, when she got in the car one time. And you guys all know how picky she can be. Yay. I finished off a room spray in coconut lemongrass. If Amy was here, she'd be happy. It's a little too, like lemongrass for me, but that is part of the name. My husband loves this scent though, so I do have some car bars for him in that scent. I finished up a Jammy Time hand cream. My hands are a mess right now. And one thing I really like is, oh, Billy Joe, Perk Me Up mixes. Okay, she says, choice of sugar cookie, vanilla bean buttercream, or baked apple pie. Oh, that sounds nice. The baked apple pie especially. I finished, I usually use cotton cleanups sometimes when I'm changing vendor wax because it doesn't have that consistency where I can turn the warmers off and then scoop it out. So I like to use, oh, this is really good for to cool me off. I'm going to keep that handy. I like to use these for that purpose, but they're so expensive. So even if you get them free, I don't really like that. Stacy says, my son loves coconut lemongrass. I only warm half a cube at a time in his bedroom because it's so dang strong. I have iridescent. This was thanks to Ramona. So thank you, Ramona. She gifted me, there was half left. She didn't really like this one. It was too floral for her. So this Erica really liked, and I often warmed it in her room. Sometimes I warmed it in the main space. This one I really like, and I'm sad. I'm just sad. Like, let me know your thoughts on Forever Flannel. Like, why? Why did we not see this one come back? I feel like a lot of people really like this one. Oh, it's really nice. I think maybe it's because it's not overly strong, but it's so pure and like wholesome. I just love it. It's like a Patricia scent, but I wish it was stronger. So, and I remember when I first got it, I probably didn't say nice things about it because of the strength, but I do really like it. Oh, I forgot. I also finished up some laundry. Okay, let me talk about that in a second. I finished up a system of Fiji flour. So the liquid, the whiffs, and I do have inside here, I think I have 2 boxes I used up. Beth says, I thought Forever Flannel would come back. It's a good one. April said, Forever Flannel is in my club. I love it, even though it's a gentle scent. Yeah, and my advice, if you have Forever Flannel and you're having trouble, is put more than you normally would in your warmers, and it will perform better. For me personally, I double the amount of wax per warmers, and then I can smell it well, and it seems to last quite a while. I also finished off a Magnolia Linen Scentsy Fresh. I've got maybe like 6 Scentsy Freshes, so I gotta use some up. And these are really good, you know, to spray on like your sofa upholstery, or like maybe your dining room chairs if they're upholstered. It sounds funny when you say upholstered. Anyway, is that the correct word I'm looking for? I mean, a lot of people wash curtains often. I don't know how often you wash curtains. I probably don't wash them enough. And here in the apartment we have blinds that are part of the building, so I don't have to worry about it. But you could spray that on that. You could spray it on rugs. You could spray it on comforters in between washes. All that kind of stuff. I think the last thing for my empties is Magnolia Shimmer. I really liked this at first, like when I took the clothes out. But I remember laying in bed and I'm thinking, well, something's kind of strong. Like, I couldn't figure out what it was, and then it took me a while, and it was this. Beth says, I would like to see more fall Scentsy Fresh options. Maybe Scarlet Sunflower would be good. Yeah, I'm not sure. Sometimes I don't know how they pick the Scentsy Fresh. Like, the thing about me and Scentsy Fresh, like, okay, Magnolia Linen is a great option for Scentsy Fresh, but if I spray a bunch of things with it, am I warming Magnolia Linen or other things like it? No. So I almost want, like, a Forever Flannel Scentsy Fresh would be nice because it's kind of like a neutral, fresh, cozy scent. This is not like a neutral scent, so that would be my concern about that. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know what your thoughts are. All right, I will take this opportunity to ask you, if you're new to my channel, you don't have to subscribe, but if you're watching the video and you like the video, just hit the like, because sometimes Scentsy or YouTube likes to know if a scent, or not a scent, I'm so used to saying the same things. They like to know if a video is worthwhile promoting, and if they see engagement, then they will promote it. If they don't see engagement, then they sometimes won't. So the other thing is, if you ever want to know how can I help a YouTuber, like there's things like super thanks and things like that, which we don't really promote in the wax world. Like I will be on other videos and people do that, but we don't really do that here, which is fine. But you can watch the person's video as long as you can, and that will give them great feedback and great engagement. So that's another way, another small way you can help somebody. So we talked about Empties, and then on the video that I asked for any discussion points, we did have someone mention that they wanted to talk about clearance and clearance updates. So I don't know if they just wanted to have a little discussion or they wanted my opinion on the clearance, but I really like how they've been doing the clearance lately. I think that, I don't know if it's Orville. I feel like it's Orville. I feel like he is kind of behind all these, like, let's do a lot of clearance drops. And this is just my opinion, but I think that if Scentsy needs to make a little bit more money to compare themselves to previous years and make themselves look like they're still improving, then that's when they do clearance drops or surprise sales and things like that. Because I think depending on, let's say they launch something like the Peanuts collection, maybe the Peanuts collection didn't sell as well as they thought, and I feel like this is recently happening. So they did the Peanuts collection, and then I felt like a few days later we had the sale of the I forget what it's going on right now, the Gourds and Ghouls collection, where they did the bundles, which don't even get me started on the bundles. We can talk about that in a second. But I feel like they will put stuff in clearance if they want to increase their sales, or maybe they see a lull in shipping and they just want to improve their sales. And I think what they're doing is they want to say, like, oh, we did better than last year. So I think that's what's happening. Also, I don't think they give 2 iotas if you have to pay shipping extra. Like, they're not going to say, well, we released Peanuts on Monday and then we do a clearance drop on Wednesday. They don't care. They don't care if you have to pay shipping. That's not their concern. They just want to make money. Like, I know people are like, well, I don't want them to do that, but trust me, they don't, I don't think they care at all if you have to pay shipping. The other thing is, I don't think they're going to, if they put stuff in clearance at a 10% discount and it sells, that's what they're going to put it at. They're not going to go at like a 40% discount all of a sudden. They're going to put things, if things move at 10% off, they're going to keep doing that. So I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to say about that. Let me just see what K Rose said here. Okay, let me just go back for a second. Beth said, okay, we already talked about, but Beth did add, I would like to match or coordinate Scentsy Fresh too, to go with what I'm warming. So yeah, sometimes that's hard to do. K Rose said, the Simply Vanilla I got from the clearance update was poured July 2025, which is interesting. Pink Tulips was for May of 2024, which would make sense. Okay, Louise says, people can't afford to buy everything. Less stuff, but more popular stuff is the way forward. Listen to your customers. Sabrina says, just checked on my club. Discontinued bars are invalid. There might be a glitch there, Sabrina, so try not to worry. I wouldn't panic at this stage. Sometimes there'll be little things that kind of go wonky, and then it should get corrected because there's been no announcements unless you're in Region 3. Sabrina says no more clubs. I don't know what you mean by that, Sabrina. I think, Sabrina, where are you, Sabrina? Like, where in the world is Sabrina? For the latest sale that we have going on, there's some warmers bundled with some, there's warmers bundled with wax bars. As we wait for Sabrina to get back to us, we're all dying to know what's going on with Sabrina and her club. Sometimes April says, no announcement made for our region, and Sabrina says Toronto. Okay, so Sabrina, I'm anticipating, I'm hoping that's just a glitch, because don't do anything, don't panic, wait until Monday, and if it's not fixed by then, contact Scentsy. Or if you're not a consultant, contact your consultant who can contact Scentsy. Or you might, obviously customers contact Scentsy all the time. You don't have to do that. You can always reach out to your consultant, and we're more than happy to, go to bat for you. So yeah, I'm hoping it's just a glitch. I actually added I added a couple bars yesterday, and I didn't have any issues with my club. So, but every once in a while there'll be something that's strange. So I would just think that it might be a glitch. All right, with regards to the latest sale, let me know your thoughts on the bundles. I wish that Scentsy would just say, here are all the warmers, here's all the wax, here's the discount, go for it. And then I bet you any money, like, people would have bought some of them. So to me, I didn't think that was a very popular sale. And I was kind of let down because for some reason I thought when we got on that there would be more than just the bundles, but it's just the bundles. So I think if you're going to bundle things, you have to make it so slashed. Like the price has to be slashed dramatically. April says, I just checked my club and it appears normal, so probably a glitch. Yeah, I would say try not to worry. We can always investigate as the week progresses. Beth says she is not a fan of the bundles. April says she agrees. I like single clearance bars. Sabrina says it was supposed to ship today. Okay, well, if there's ever any issues, I think they give you 3 payment trials before the club is counted as skipped. So just contact Scentsy tomorrow, or if you're not a consultant, you can ask your consultant to contact on your behalf, or you're still allowed to contact on your behalf. K-Rose says, I agree, the bundles are frustrating. They try to bait them with desired bars, but it didn't pay off this time. And Oki says, anyone notice the fragrance flowers are not performing anymore? I haven't had any issues with mine, but right now I'm using sea salt and avocado, which is an older one. So, around the world tour, yes, Tracy says she dislikes the bundles. A world tour, they gave us a fragrance flower. I forget the name of it. Let me just... Un momento, s'il vous plaît. Here it is. This, they gave us this too. Can you see that? It's called, well, it's probably backwards, 2025 World Tour Exclusive Scent. And they gave us a flower. It's one of those gigantic ones. And this was a really good performer. I put the dried up flower in the boys' closet, and every time, like even this morning when I went in, I thought to myself, oh, it smells so nice in here. And it was because of their flower. I'm going to try to move out of the sun. Sorry, having technical difficulties here. Please stand by. All right. So, yeah, this is a good scent. If you ever just happen to see this scent, the World Tour exclusive. I don't know what the notes are, but it's really nice. And I did gift one of these away, so maybe I should keep that out and put it in the car soon. Okay, sorry. I'm going to see what April says. I love the look of the fragrance flowers. Sorry. I love the fragrance flowers for the look of them. I use them for decor even when they dry out. Laura says it's rare that I buy a clearance bundle. Stacy says I went on today and bought the pumpkin Mickey. None of them were sold out. I think she's talking about the bundles. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't... Normally when there's a sale, I see orders coming through. I don't think I got one order, which is rare. So, that's just too bad. So, let's see what... We still have a few more minutes. Any other discussion points that you guys want to talk about? How's everybody's weekend going? I haven't really done very much. The boys are off school tomorrow. They have a PD day, which stands for Professional Development. But I do have to go into the office in the afternoon once my husband gets home for a little bit. So because of Drew, one of us has to be home, so I had to take part of tomorrow off, and then on Tuesday there is a holiday, but we're open. Louise says I've been working all weekend. Oh, I'm sorry, and you can't smell. That's terrible. My mom used to work 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, and then when she retired, sorry, just a second. Laura said the end of the month live really needs to address Bring Back My Bar. Yeah. April said the fate of Bring Back My Bar. I thought we would hear the announcement they promised by now. I think they're probably trying to gauge like what the reaction is if they decide not to do it anymore. If they decide not to do it anymore, I think they should at least put 5 retired scents in the catalog each catalog season, or maybe they could put like. Maybe they could offer some retired bars for 6 months as a Scentsy Club exclusive perk. Just have it in the Scentsy Club exclusive. Like let's say 20 bars for 6 months, and you could get them for 6 months if you want. But you have to have a club. That would be okay with me because I have a club. I mean, there's a few local customers that they find out certain scents are coming back, and they're very, very excited. But Louise says it will end club if they get rid of Bring Back My Bar. I don't think so. Stacy says, I think they're doing a version of Bring Back My Bar by throwing things in clearance so they avoided people adding them to club. K-Rose says, club exclusives are a great idea. April says, oh gosh, I hope we still have it so I can club my old school favorites. April says she does like that they put some retired bars in the catalog though. Tracy says, I spend more in my club than I ever would just shopping here and there. Laura says, I agree with you. There are a variety of options, but they should be, telling us, I think she says. Yes. So normally, obviously, it's getting closer to when things would happen for Bring Back My Bar. I mean, it would be sad. Sometimes it's always sad when something ends. Like, you never want it to end. But I don't know. So, yeah, I'm surprised. Does anybody know what day they're doing the live video? Because I don't have Facebook, so I rely on people like Charity to post the video, and I usually watch it. Oki says they absolutely should have told us by now. How ridiculous. Again, they probably don't really, I don't really want to say it like they don't care, but I don't know. It is a company. I feel like the majority of it is based on making money, and obviously if there's some good relationships built along the way, they're probably like, oh, this is nice, but really it's about making money. So unfortunately, that's what I think. Johanna says they don't like to be very transparent. They hope we'll forget. Sometimes I think it's either bad news and they're scared to tell us, or they don't know yet, and they're like, I feel like the price of the Scentsy candles, I feel like they delayed that for so long because they were trying to decide what to sell them for, which I think they're a bit too high, obviously. April says, I need about 10 more bars to come back for club. Louise says, they have to know which bars are up for Bring Back My Bar if they're still doing it. Well, they never really do a good, thorough job with Bring Back My Bar. There's always a bit of mistakes when they bring it up for voting. And a lot of people think that the voting is rigged, so why bother doing it? I don't really know. I just know that, I don't know. I still like getting old scents to revisit, and then you can add them to your club if you like them or not. But they've been doing so many LTOs over the years. Like when I first started Scentsy, they didn't do a lot of LTOs. It was very much different, and that was in 2018 when I started. So the Bring Back My Bars really filled that void. And now with Bring Back My Bars, all the LTOs, there's just so much to choose from. You can't, even if you're a consultant, it can get costly to buy all the things that are put out. It's also hard to keep up with things, warming things, getting feedback. So maybe they're going to go to like, let's do a lot of LTOs. But then again, you have all these great scents. Like they need to make sure they come back in some form. Like I do like how they took that Father's Day collection and they brought back some fan favorites. So they brought back, vanilla bourbon, vanilla oud, and vanilla oak, and that seemed to make people happy, and we had a lot of people talking about those 3 scents. Louisa says, or Louise, sorry, I'm new to Scentsy, so I'm trying most of them for the first time, which is exciting. And April says, bring back my bar over a lot of the LTOs any day of the week. Okay, so I think sometimes the thing I don't like, I just remembered I took a scent off and I forgot to change it. Like I took it off the warmer and then I forgot to take the wax out. What I do, just to talk about wax change, so when I talked about cotton cleanups, because Scentsy wax used to have a consistency when you turn the warmer off, I would let, it depends on if it's sitting on the warmer still, like turn the bulb off for a bulb warmer. If it's sitting on the warmer dish, it's probably about 23 to 25 minutes. If it's on the counter, it's probably about 20 minutes. You go back and you can just barely imprint your finger. It's still kind of a little bit squishy, and you can take and just scoop it out. But lately, the wax has been slightly different. It's a bit more crumbly, so I can't do that. Or if I do, it's a little bit messy, which is annoying. But that's why I use cotton cleanups for vendor wax, because vendor wax, the majority of vendor wax companies that I've worked with in my warmers, they don't have that special cleanup consistency that I like from Scentsy. So I really don't want them to get away from that awesome cleanup consistency, because that would be sad. Ooh. Anyway, how we doing? What I'd like to know, I do like to find out, because I'm nosy, I'd like to know what everybody is warming today. Maybe you could pick 1 or 2 scents, or if you're someone that warms the same scent everywhere, let me know. I like to see what people are warming. While I wait for the comments to come in, I'll tell you, here in the bedroom I have Snowden Flannel. I have, out in the main area, I have Blackberry Orange Marmalade or Marmalade. And I have Caramel Macadamia Nut. I have Caramel Pear Crisp. Caramel Pear Crisp in my house, it's a very strong scent. Erica's room has Snowed In Flannel. The boys have the Frosted Eucalyptus. I feel like that scent is a pretty good performer. Not something I'd warm in my main space, but I feel like it's a pretty good performer. So let me just see here. K-Rose wanted to know what everyone thought of the holiday brick choices. So as the scents are coming in, you can then type out what you thought about the holiday bricks. Kim says, I hate the bundles in the sales. You have to buy everything to get 1 bar that you want. Also, I hate that you can't put bars that are on sale or in clearance in your club. Tracy says, cozy cardigan and vanilla oud. That sounds really nice. Stacy says, I just changed up wax today. I have Fizzing Whizbees here in my living room. I need to decide if it's going to stay in my club. That was a very unique scent, that Fizzing Whizbees. Uh-oh, things are coming back a little bit faster now. Louise says, I was warming icicles and evergreen before I lost my scent, smell. So I assume, do you have COVID, Louise, or you're just sick with a cold? K-Rose says, ooh, Tracy, that sounds like a great combo, and I agree. So Tracy's combo was cozy cardigan and vanilla oud. Tracy says, pink haze in the bedroom, love story in the main area. I do have some love story now. I had to film a haul. To me, this is like the prettiest packaging Scentsy bar. I love this one. I'm sweating. You can see me. How attractive. I can't even open the friggin' window because with my luck, the guy will start making the noise again. The construction. That's the other thing. I'm really struggling with when I can film videos because they're always so noisy. It sucks, the big one. I can't even blame it all on my family. It's just sometimes it's my let me just get a little close here and see. All right, so Emma says, Mistress of Evil in the bedroom and bathroom is prickly pear and agave. Mary says, s'mores pumpkin, which I have not received yet. Stacy says, I just finished vanilla oud, which is outstanding. And a lot of people found that one on the lighter side, so I'm glad it worked out for you, Stacy. April says, I'm in the process of moving my wax from the 5th wheel to the new house, so I don't have anything warming right now. That's probably the only time April has ever said that. Alora says, Blonde Wood and Moonflower and Blankets of Love. Pleasantly surprised by Blankets of Love on Warm. And I hope I'm saying Johanna right, because I know there's Joanna and Johanna. White Pumpkin and Driftwood in the living room and kitchen. Jack's Obsession in the bedrooms and Cozy Cardigans in the bathrooms, excuse me. All right, so we have a few more minutes left, so why don't we talk about, oh, Jenny. Jenny says Lord of the Rings in the living room. Rainbow Berry in the bedroom. Beach Daisy in the bathroom. Lord of the Rings. I barely remember that one. I'm just going to fan myself. Okay, let's talk about the bricks. The holiday bricks that hold more wax and not the new tree style. Yes. Let me know if you like the tree or do you like the original shape. When I say original, the original was really square, so don't count on that. We'll say the traditional brick shape or the tree brick shape. We'll start with that. Which are you more on board with? I have a feeling we're all going to say the regular brick, but maybe there's a few people that like the tree. I find I have to stack my trees with my trees, and then, yeah, traditional. I don't really know why they're doing the trees. This is another year they're going to do the trees. I think because they can charge the same amount and it's less wax. Do you think that's why? I don't know. I mean, they have to buy different clamshells for that. Like, they already have the brick shape for the club. Why don't they just keep using that? Traditional, yeah, probably the money, because there's less wax and then they can charge the same amount. And it's fun and festive. Stacy says, I prefer the regular, but the tree is kind of fun for Christmas. The only thing I like about the tree is there's different quantities in some of the shapes, but I never remember. I have to go back, consult my picture of the tree. Maybe I should put that on Instagram in case anybody wants to know. I went through and weighed all the little segments of these. And I put how much is in each one. So I know Michelle, why can't I remember Michelle's channel name? She hasn't put a video out in a while. You know who I'm talking about, right? Down in Texas. She sometimes writes the amounts on the back when she receives the brick so that she knows. And I thought, oh, that's such a smart idea. I have a picture, so I just consult the picture. All right, so Stacy says, I think I did a screenshot from your video. Yeah, so what I'll do if I can think about it, I will put, I'll go on Instagram and I'll put a picture of the traditional brick, because I did that, and a regular, and the tree-shaped brick, and I'll put that up, and that way, and maybe I'll do it on YouTube as well. Melt it, Michelle. Yes, thank you. Sometimes I can't, I feel like my memory is starting to go. Yeah. But let's talk about the scents. So we all prefer traditional shape. Let's talk about the scents. For people that don't know, I'm going to go by memory, okay? So let's try to remember. In no particular order. We have Cozy Fireside. We have Toasted Caramel Sugar, Maraschino Sugar Cookie, Rustic Lodge, and Spiced Grapefruit. So I've tried all of those scents. The only one I'm not loving is Maraschino Sugar Cookie, and it's just a personal thing. I feel like the wax performed very well, and there's a lot of people that love that one. Cozy Fireside is bricks scare me. Oh, I'm sorry. The good news is you can always access once the bricks launch, if you don't want to get a brick size amount of the wax, you can always go to your Scentsy Club and get the bar size equivalent of that particular scent to sample it that way. April says, I love that they brought back older scents for the bricks. I think that's what she says. Yes. Holly said they could make the traditional packaging look like a bell if they wanted a Christmas theme. Excellent idea, Holly. Yeah, I think that's, I didn't miss too much there. So the bricks, I think that we're probably going to be able to get them soon for early access, but I'm not sure what date they're launching. So I imagine we'll find out at the end of the month live. And I am a little bit behind on videos, so if somebody's mentioned, they know when that is. Hopefully I don't have sweat marks on me. So Spiced Grapefruit, if you like Wassail Wonderland, it's along that line, or if you like, obviously no tree in it, but Wassail Wonderland has a quality to it that Spiced Grapefruit has a little bit of that. Sometimes if you walked into the room, you'd have to kind of say, oh, and then you'd have to kind of really analyze. The other thing was Holiday Market reminds me a little bit of Spiced Grapefruit as well. Spiced Grapefruit has a medley of spices with it, and it's a good performer for me in the past. Cozy Fireside is a good performer for me in the past, like on the longer lasting side of things. Rustic Lodge, that one was okay. That's probably the one I have the least amount of experience with, but I have warmed it maybe 2 or 3 times since I've joined Scentsy. Laura says, I love Wassail, so I'm hopeful about spiced grapefruit. Yeah, give it a try. They have like an underlying similar tone to them. And K Rose says, I think the bricks are mid-October with no early release. Okay, well, thank you so much. I'm kind of hoping no early release because I'd like to get them the ones that I want with rewards. And I think I probably have reviews. I don't have reviews out on spiced grapefruit, but I've warmed so many bars. I feel like, you know, it's a good performer. It's a little bit like Holiday Market. It's a little bit like Wassail, Wonderland. It's nice. Nice and strong. If I could buy something right now, I'd probably buy one Cozy Fireside, one spiced grapefruit, and then 2 toasted caramel sugar. Like if I had host credits and I could get maybe 4. Sometimes I wish, I know in the past they've given good deals on all 5, but I don't really want maraschino sugar cookie. So if I had to get all 5, I would probably gift that. I wouldn't warm maraschino sugar cookie. And I know that's probably, I'm in the minority there. So, well, what we're going to do is, if you could hit the like button if you're new to watching, I would appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel and you like Scentsy content, I'm going to try to do this once a month. So what I'll do is at the end of the Sunday closest to the end of the month, that's when we'll do it. And I'll try to keep it consistent for a bit. And then if we need to experiment on times, we can always do that. But yes, please hit the like. And thanks to the moderators that I just basically pounced in on them. So thank you to Tracy. Thanks, April. Thanks, Holly, for coming on, and everybody else that's here. We have 49 people, so thanks a lot. I'm going to take off, but I will post this video as a standalone video. Last time I did screw something up, so it was showing in 2 spots. But anyway, this will post as a video you can go back and watch. If you have any questions or comments, or you have any suggestions to improve these end of the live month videos or end of the month live videos, let me know. I'm going to try to do that for you. So take care. I'll let you guys go. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.